Hi everyone, my name is Ari Hernandez and I am your local McGraw-Hill consultant for Southwestern College. Norris and I have collaborated to come up with your course materials for the fall 2016 semester for Soc 101. I'm so sorry I can't be there today. Normally I would, but hopefully through this video, you'll learn everything you need to know for your course materials and all of your questions will be answered. So today I'll be briefing you about Connect and SmartBook, where you're going to access a portion of your assignments for the semester. We're going to talk about some best practices for running the program. We'll get into the registration process and the resources that are available to you, SmartBook in particular. We'll talk about your purchasing options and then wrap things up with technical support. To have the smoothest experience possible in Connect, I personally recommend using one of these three web browsers that you see here. If you have a Mac at home, Safari is perfectly fine. Beyond that, Firefox or Google Chrome is what I recommend. Please note that we ask you to refrain from running Internet Explorer when accessing Connect. For whatever reason, Internet Explorer, it updates too rapidly for McGraw-Hill and it can create a unuser-friendly experience when using Connect. Just remember that Connect is a software program, just like other software programs, and has a tendency to slow down when other programs are taking up too much space on your web browser. So if you're that person that has a ton of tabs open at once and you got a lot of systems running, that could be a cause for Connect running slowly. So I just ask that maybe once a month or every couple of weeks, you just clear your cookies and your web browsing history on your internet browser so you can ensure ample room for the program to run. Okay, so for this course, your required book is Soc 2016, the 4th edition by Witt. I'll get to the purchasing options in a bit, but I just want you to see what the book looks like. Okay, so it's important to understand that Connect assignments will be taking up a certain percentage of your grade, and that your instructor is requiring Connect for this course. Luckily, you can access the book and your assignments from a tablet or any computer, and Connect tends to be around half the price of a printed textbook. So Norris is saving you a ton of money just by offering the all-digital option. Okay, so registration is pretty straightforward. You're just going to log onto your campus Blackboard, ask Norris if you don't know where to find this, and locate your Soc 101 section. So however Norris has decided to title it, maybe Soc 101, Introductory Sociology, you're just going to click on that. And on the left-hand side of the toolbar, you'll find a folder titled Connect Assignments or McGraw-Hill Connect, and that folder will contain all of the assignments that we have for you in Connect. Click on that folder, and you'll see a list of icons very similar to what you see here. Click on any of these icons to begin the registration process. You'll be asked to enter an email address, and I'd recommend entering your school email address when registering for the program. Hit submit, and then everyone will be brought to a screen similar to what you see here. So if you're that person who's ahead of the game and you've already gone to the bookstore to see what you need for this class, you probably already have an access code on you. So for those of you who don't know, a Connect Access card is basically going to look like a rectangle piece of paper. If someone in the class has it, go ahead and just hold it up so everyone else can see. But you're not actually purchasing a book in the bookstore. So on that piece of paper, you're going to find an access code, and you're going to enter that access code in the highlighted area right here. You'll hit submit, and then you'll be asked to create an account, and then off you go. Another option is to buy your access code directly through McGraw-Hill by clicking Buy Online. Once you click, you'll be prompted to enter credit card info, and then it'll take you through the registration process as well. Now, for those of you who aren't sure if you're going to stay in the class, maybe you work full-time, or you're trying to get your finances in order, you have the option, well, you all have the option, to begin your 2-week free courtesy access at any time. I recommend that, if you're following along with your computer, do it now. If you are going to go home, do it then. Do it as soon as possible because it's free and you'll have access to the book and all of your assignments right away. Now, after the 2-week access point is over, you'll be forced to make a decision. So you'll either purchase the code, drop the class, or whatever alternative you and your instructor arrive upon. But just know that you'll need to purchase Access to Connect if you want to get all of your assignments done. Okay, so everyone will create an account in Connect, first name, last name, email, password, and you may have to answer a security question or two, and then you're all set. Okay, so if you're the kind of person who needs to have a book in front of you, like a physical book, totally fine. We want you to have all of the materials and resources that you need for your class. So everyone has the option here to upgrade to a loose leaf print textbook at any point in time in the semester for an additional fee of $25. Basically, McGraw-Hill will mail a loose leaf copy directly to your home, and standard shipping applies. So to find this, you're just going to go and Connect, just the way I showed you before, and you're going to go to the right-hand side of the screen where it says need a print copy of the textbook, and then you'll just follow the steps to get a copy sent to your home. Okay, so I mentioned SmartBook earlier. SmartBook is a study tool designed by McGraw-Hill for student success. SmartBook highlights what you specifically need to read, what you need to study, and what you need to learn to ensure that every minute you spend in SmartBook is returned to you as the most value added, or what we call the high impact minute. And it's powered by LearnSmart. So you definitely will have a handful of assignments in SmartBook, so it's important that you understand it. And just know that as you're logging in, every student will be prompted to take a quick tutorial, so you'll get a feel of it before you actually get started. But put more simply, it's our adaptive ebook. Imagine that you had an ebook that interacted with you and walked you through the chapter with questions and highlights. That's exactly what SmartBook is. It's your very own personalized tutor. I think it's pretty cool. So how does it work? As you read LearnSmart modules will pop up and ask you questions based on the learning objectives set by your instructor within each chapter. So this is what a LearnSmart module looks like. And these LearnSmart modules are within SmartBook. So that will kind of help you with knowing the difference. You'll have a question here at the top and an answer set in front of you in the form of multiple choice, short answer, matching, fill in the blank, what have you. And then LearnSmart is going to ask you to assign a cognitive rating to your response. So right down here. It just wants to know how confident you are. Now just note, this is not a quiz. It's not something you're being marked down on if you have no idea or if you're unsure. Just be honest. If you're unsure, click you're unsure. LearnSmart is then going to recirculate these questions at the most opportune moments. When you see that information again, it's more likely to move from your short-term memory to your long-term memory, where you can recall it during stressful circumstances such as an exam. So based on your performance on the LearnSmart modules, SmartBook will now start highlighting the corresponding passes in the embedded e-text. So you'll note that here, some passages are highlighted in green. And then you'll see that some are also highlighted in yellow. Just know that green means go. It means that you've mastered the concept. Yellow means slow down. We would like you to read it, maybe just the passage here, not the entire page, maybe just the yellow. You'll answer a few more questions and build a greater foundation of the topic in yellow, and then it will eventually move to green. And then you can move on to the next passage. So now the passages that are grayed out, as you can see up here, it basically just means that they aren't tied directly to a question on a LearnSmart module. You can also feel free to turn off the highlights by clicking on the highlighting icon on the lower left-hand corner. I personally have taught with Connect, public speaking and interpersonal communication, and my students loved it. So I really hope that you do too. Okay, so moving along onto the last slide, tech support. In the event that you experience an issue in Connect or in SmartBook, recall what I talked about earlier regarding your internet browser. So if you're using Internet Explorer, you should change that. If you're still experiencing issues, you can call tech support at 800-331-5094. Now really, take a minute to write this down, get out a piece of paper, because a lot of students during the registration process, for whatever reason, might have a small issue. Usually it can be solved within a couple of minutes. Note here that there are hours of operation. And in the event that an agent isn't available when you call, or they aren't able to solve your issue, or the issue reoccurs, the agent is going to provide you with a case number. Now, it's very important that you write the case number down, because in that circumstance, you can give the case number to your instructor, who can then give it to me, I'll be able to escalate the problem and hopefully get it solved for you. Okay, so if you have any questions at this time, ask Norris. He may not know the answer, and that's okay, because he can ask me. But thank you all so much for your time. Again, I'm sorry I can't be there in person and that you have to listen to this weird video. But I wish you all the best of luck in sociology and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.